Laline Paul est une romancière et dramaturge britannique d'origine indienne. Elle est née à Londres et y vit toujours. Elle a étudié à l'université d'Oxford, où elle a obtenu une licence en anglais au Hertford College. Elle a également étudié la dramaturgie et l'écriture de scénarios à Londres et à Los Angeles. En 2023, Laline Paul a été élue membre de la Royal Society of Literature. Son premier roman, The Bees, écrit en 2015, a été nominé pour le Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction. C'est l'histoire d'une ruche et d'une héroïne, rebelle et révolutionnaire, une abeille nommée Flora. Son deuxième roman, The Ice, publié en 2017, est un roman d'anticipation qui raconte une intrigue géopolitique qui se passe sur l'archipel arctique de Svalbard. Et son troisième roman, Pod, publié en 2022, raconte l'histoire de deux tribus de dauphins, les Spinners et les Bottlenose, et leur lutte pour survivre dans un océan en pleine mutation. Son livre a été nominé et shortlisté, en bon français, pour le Women's Prize for Fiction 2023. Laline a adapté son roman The Bees pour un projet au National Theatre et travaille à Lavigny sur son quatrième roman. J'ajouterai pour terminer que Laline s'est exprimée à la Chambre des Lords, au BAFTA et à la COP 26 sur le rôle et l'importance des histoires de la fiction dans la lutte contre la crise climatique actuelle.
Okay. Bonjour à tous et à toutes. C'est un immense plaisir d'être ici pendant un mois dans ce lieu magnifique où la littérature, ses créateurs et ses amoureux sont célébrés. Et dans si bonne compagnie avec les autres résidents. Merci beaucoup. Merci aussi Sophie et la Fondation Ledig-Rowohlt. L'inspiration de ce lieu m'a profondément touchée. Mais avant de partager avec vous un extrait de ce nouveau travail, mon quatrième, je vais vous dire un peu plus à son sujet. L'histoire se déroule le 9 septembre 2022, au lendemain de la mort de la reine Élisabeth II. C'est une histoire de famille, de race, de colonialisme et d'épigénétique, les traits hérités qui peuvent de génération en génération. C'est aussi une histoire de transformation énergétique, physique, émotionnelle, sociale et politique. C'est à la fois un roman historique, une comédie noire et une histoire d'amour. Je vais maintenant vous lire pour la première fois, jamais, un court extrait de mon nouvel roman, A Passage to Hendon. Interested Ancestral Parties. Maudie and Arthur's voyage from India to England in 1962 was definitely a major upheaval in the Anthony family story. But there was another one bigger. Unknown to the latest generation, those three estranged adult siblings called Nina, Silas and Joy, there was some ancestral business in India that had been left in a very poor state. A great love had been betrayed. At the start of the British Raj, around 1860, an Englishman called Moncrief had done the betraying, and an Indian woman called Lakshmi and their child had suffered greatly. He intended to make things right, but as was so often his way, he put the painful problem aside. And as unattended problems tend to do, it grew and it magnified down the generations. In their afterlife, because for different reasons neither could rest, Moncrief desperately wanted to reconnect with Lakshmi and make amends. Lakshmi, meanwhile, who had put great energy into ridding herself of his memory, just wanted to sort out the sufferings of her family and descendants. Being human was always painful in some way, but she was increasingly distressed by the refusal of any single generation or family or even individual to stop compounding their mistakes and clear up their mess. Instead, they just handed them on and selfishly died, and the patterns, with some variations, repeated. Unlike parents who have to love or try to love their children equally, ancestors have favourites. For Lakshmi, it was Joy, the youngest of the three siblings. Joy's sensitivity was porous as lace, and her life was such a mess that she must surely want Lakshmi's help. But like all spirits, Lakshmi had to be invited first. Each time she had tried to circumvent this rule, she terrified her descendants and made things worse. She had to wait for the right moment to connect with the psychic energy of her family. And today, the 9th of September 2022, was that day. The three of them, Nina, Silas and Joy, who had avoided each other successfully for years, were coming together for maybe the last time to clear the family home before it was sold. The energy, which had literally been stuck in the house for decades, was going to be released. There was also one other extremely favourable and unique condition. This was the day after the death of the one called Queen Elizabeth II, the great-great-granddaughter of the one called the Empress of India, Victoria. This meant that there were many, many people doing national family puja, grieving the death of their beloved Nana goddess. The veil between the worlds was thin. But as Lakshmi gathered all her energy and prepared to make contact and finally heal the family if she could, she did not realize that her spirit was radiating a beautiful and powerful signal which that troubled and wandering soul of Moncrief now sensed. For the first time in eons of purgatorial guilt and shame, he felt hope. He felt strong. He remembered love, and he too was inexorably drawn to that humble little house in Hendon, London. Voila.